was extermination day. Val would try to go in and get safe, as he would go into his bunker like normal, but something would happen. The bunker was locked. It wasn't supposed to lock until an hour from now. He was a little late, but he still made it. He would yell and scream. Why was it locked? But then he shook in anger. He was betrayed by someone. As then he would try to run off and try to get somewhere safe, try to hide. But then the extermination started, and as soon as he had these thoughts, an exorcist would fly down and stab into him. As then he would fall to the floor and perish. Val was no more. As we cut to Angel laying in bed, as suddenly he felt it. He was free. He knew what that meant. Val was gone. Angel would immediately smile as he got up and celebrated his demise, as he felt free, freer than ever before. But then he realized something. He realized that with Val gone, should he stay at the hotel? That's a hard one to predict, because early season Angel, I feel like he would definitely leave the hotel with Val gone. But midway, I think he would definitely stay. So this story should determine what place we're taking time in. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to say enough time has passed for Angel to stay at the hotel, even though Val is gone. Similar to how Husk stayed when he thought Alistair was gone. As then Angel would go down and smile, as Husk would say, "You look happy, what happened?" Angel would say, "I'm free." Husk would say, "What?" Would say, "Val passed away, I can feel it." As then Husk would say, "I'm happy for you, man. So are you gonna go?" Honestly, I thought about it, but I think I'll stay here. Angel would then drink with Husk as he had a good time with him, as they both stared at each other, smiled at each other, and simply drank together. He had a good day, and he had a good day not going into work. It seemed like he was happy. He did like the fame. Of course, he didn't like the majority of that life, so maybe he'll do some independent working. He didn't really know. However, as a few days passed, someone would barge in. It was Vox. As this someone who ran in was Vox himself. As then Vox would start to look around immediately. As Angel was shaken, he was worried that he would bring him back. After all, with Val gone, they lost so much business. Getting Angel back would definitely restart the media and turn it back away from the shell it was before. As Alistair walked out, he would say, "You're not taking Angel, and you're not taking me." As he got ready to fight, Vox said, "I don't give an F about that. I want to avenge him." They all looked confused as Charlie said, "What do you mean?" As then he would actually cry. Everyone was shocked. "Val was taken from me. I know we're pieces of crap, and I know we don't deserve forgiveness, but I want to avenge him because I loved him." As everyone stared, shocked, Vox would say, "Let me work with you for vengeance." Charlie would say, "The hotel's about redemption, not vengeance." As then Al would actually start to laugh and say, "You know what? For once, I actually kind of like you. Let's do it." As then Al and Vox would look at each other. As Al would try to get him to shake his hand, as Vox would say, "You think I'm that dumb?" Alistair would go, worth a try. As then Vox would start to train. As him and Alistair would spar all the time, almost destroying each other. As that was going on, Angel was there, horrified, as he was scared of Vox. Vox and Val were extremely close, and once Val got what he wanted, he was terrified that he would drag them into the studio. One night, as Angel was drinking, Vox would walk up behind him. As then Vox would say, "You know, without Val, we need a replacement." Angel would say, "Yeah? Well, I don't know. What are you implying? How would you like to be an overlord? I can give you more power. I had lots of power stored up from the people I've wiped out, and I think you can do it. Besides, Val ruled with an iron fist. You can rule with a more gentle approach. I think that might work well for an experiment." As then Angel would say, "Really, me? I'll think about it." As then Vox would get up and say, "I'm offering you a deal of a lifetime, you know. Restart the industry from the eyes of a worker." Of course, it's up to you." Vox would then walk away. After all that training, he would go back, because then we cut to Velvet, who was the one who secretly took down Alice. Velvet was excited to get rid of Val. Val always caused her pain. He was so unprofessional. He always yelled and screamed like a big baby, but he brought them lots of money, so she didn't really care. However, eventually, she realized that this unhealthy relationship couldn't last forever, so she was going to replace him. She already saved a bunch of assets, and she already was doing filming. Of course, Angel, not having his soul owned, refused to go, meaning that the best way to get him back and even get more advertising, have him join and become an overlord. But he refused. Velvet expected this, but she had a plan. Her plan was simple: to be unique. She wanted to show everyone about her power, so she was going to capture an exorcist and change them into an overlord and turn them into the most depraved sin, to show off her power and to make everyone want to come there. As Velvet knew that having an exorcist become a demon of lust and pleasure would shock everyone and definitely be interesting, keep everyone watching. As then we cut to Vox. As Vox was laying in bed, looking at a picture of Val, as he actually missed him. Val and Vox had a weird relationship where they were on and off again and didn't really talk about it much, but deep down they both really liked each other. As Vox would stand up and say, "I miss you." As he would sigh, he would sit down. As he took a deep breath, he would start to investigate Val's demise. As Vox knew something was up, he would look through the files, but the information about Val, some of it was gone. Something was fishy. Did Velvet do this? No, she couldn't have. Vox would continue to research this as he trained. As he started to get more and more curious, eventually he would put cameras in her office. As then he would watch Velvet look through papers and files, as he would learn the truth, that she locked Val out. As Vox learned this, he would become pissed. How could Velvet betray him? After everything they've done together, how could she take away Val? After everything, how could she do this to him? This pissed Vox off, and he swore that he would avenge Val, that he would avenge his name. But then, he took a deep sigh breath. For now, he will train and fight the exorcist, then he will strike against Velvet. As Vox prepared to fight, it was a day before the exorcism. He'd sit there at the bar, unsure of himself. As Husk would talk to Vox. Vox was kind of hearing him half and half, not trying to really listen, just looking down. As Husk was shocked, he'd never seen a powerful, scary overlord this sad before. As he got up and walked away, he took a deep sigh. As he would say, he was a monster, but he still had people who cared about him. Interesting. Husk would clean his glass. As Vox would simply sit down, as Angel would walk up to him and say, "Hey, I've thought about what you offered, and, well, if the hotel's destroyed, I'm down for it." Vox would say, "Psst, if we all die, you'll join us? Well, impossible then." As then Vox would get back up, as Angel would say, "Fine, I'll try it out." "Really?" "Yeah, besides, this hotel can't last forever." As the Vox would say, "Good move." As then he would sit down with Angel, as they would both look at each other. Angel hated Val, but Vox loved him, and they were both angry with each other. But now that he's gone, everything's different. Now that he's gone, they're gonna fight together. As eventually the day would come when Adam came down. As Adam came down, he would destroy the city, as he laughed. As then he would fight Alistair just like in canon. Everything was going up, but then he felt electricity go through his body. As he looked, it was Vox. Vox would shock him with all of his might, using every single inch of power he had to push him down. He's been training for this technique. It's called all shock, where he puts all of his power into one blast. Then he would blast Adam with all of his might. As Adam fell to the floor, Alistair would grab a dagger and take care of him. As Vox would fall down, not even able to move with all his power. Alistair thought about taking him out now, but something in him stopped. He trained with him for so long. Alistair didn't care about him, but taking him out this way wouldn't be the gentleman way. As then Alistair picked Vox up and put him down. As then, the day would pass as Vox won, but he still had business to take care of. As he threw an exorcist tied up at Velvet, Velvet would say, "Nice, now we can train her to work. Things will be interesting with." Suddenly Vox would say, "I know." Velvet would say, "What?" as she would feel a sharp pain in her back. Say, "You got rid of Val. How could you, after everything he did to us? After everything he did for us? After what he did? After what he brought us? Before him, our sales were..." Velvet would say, "I kept him as long as I could. The sales were nice, but he was becoming too hot-headed. And they beginning to stagger. I know, I was fixing him." "You were, but it was taking too much time, and it was too..." Suddenly Vox would continue to go at her. as she felt more and more sharp pain. As Velvet would fall to the floor, Vox would say, "This is for Val. This is for what he stood for. This is for the love of my life. And this is for taking him away. And this is for making me feel like this. Making me go in agony like this. And this is for taking him away. Away from this hotel. Away from this land. Away from hell. And away from everything. I have avenged Valentino, the love of my life," Vox would say as she simply got rid of her. As then he fell to the floor and cried. It was over, but he did it. He avenged Valentino. As that's where we're going to leave things off. This is the person who suggested. Thank you so much for suggesting this idea. I have done it a few times, kind of with Charlie and getting rid of him. And I think I did Charlie getting rid of Val and Angel. But this is different. And I wanted to do something different with Vox avenging them, because even though they're both messed up people, they still care about each other, so I wanted to play in that dynamic. Also, I don't absolutely hate Val like a lot of other people do. I think he's a cool villain, and I like to see him on screen. Also, these are some of the artists, which I got art from, which is nice. Any art I get is from Google. Anyone can find it, anyone can search it up, and anyone can use it. But I still want to show some of the names. So, yep, here you go. Also, I really appreciate you all coming. I really appreciate you all liking my videos. It really means the world to me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also, I made a lot of videos over the years. What is your favorite video that I've ever made? Be honest now. What's your favorite out of all the ones you've seen? Which one do you be like, I really like that one? You know? And yeah, and why is it your favorite? Is it because I used a certain character? Is it because I was really on my game back then and I fell off recently? Or is it because, like, I don't know. Just let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm really curious to see all your answers. Also, I'm really glad to have an audience like you. And with ideas, they're hard to do because there's so many people who suggest them. I have like hundreds of comments under some videos. And it's really hard for me to look under each comment. So if I don't see you, I'm sorry. I'm not ignoring you on purpose. I just want to say that. Love you all so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me. You mean the world to me. Peace out.